What's going on, guys? And if you're watching this, first thing I want to say is thank you so much for your support and for treating yourselves to one of these Rabbi Mush Cultivator kits. I'm super stoked for you. You're going to have excellent results. This is just going to be a quick tutorial video of how to put it together once you receive it. I've already got my mask on, which you'll find in your kit. You'll also find your gloves. Let's go ahead and throw those on. I have my seeding tub here. All right. Now, once we're gloved up, the other things that you'll find in your kit is your 3.5 pounds of substrate and your colonized grain spawn. Now yours will be a 2-pound bag. This is a 4-pound bag. We're gonna pretend. All right, you're also gonna find a liner for your tub. So let's move this to the front. The first thing I like to do is I like to clean my liner. To do that, usually I'll take a tub lid because it's nice and flat, and I'll clean the tub lid. I'm just using some Lysol disinfectant. Okay. Now keep in mind, I am not in front of a flow hood. I'm actually in my living room on top of my dog's cage. And I am confident that this will be just fine. I know for years I definitely over worried about my sterile tech and whatnot. But when it comes to making a tub, this will do just fine. Got my air conditioner off, so I cleaned the top of my lid. Why'd I do that? Because I'm going to lay my liner on it and clean my liner as well. So it's just a nice couple wipes on both sides. And keep in mind, this is applicable to mono tubs as well. So this is the same process that I use when I make my mono tubs. So now that this is clean, I've already done this, but just for poops and giggles, let's go ahead and give the bottom of the seeding tray a little wipe down with the Lysol. You can also use 70% isopropyl alcohol. Okay. Now this is the 3rd time I'm using this one. Obviously yours will be brand new. So I'll go ahead and just push my liner down. Sometimes you gotta play with it a little bit. Now it's okay if it comes up past the edge. In fact, I kind of prefer it that way, just in case any loose substrate tries to run away. Keeps things a little cleaner. All right, so this will do. It'll get tighter as I fill it out with my materials. Firstly, I'm going to take my substrate. Now there's going to be 3.5 pounds of substrate in here, and you're going to want to keep some for the end, and I'll show you why. So we're going to cut this lid off the top. Now we're going to pour the majority of this right in here. I'll show you how much I'll keep. About 1/2 pound, okay? So now that we got that in there, just gonna spread it out a little bit. Now I'm gonna take my grain and I'm gonna break up my grain. Nice and gently, you don't want to break the bag. Move the bigger pieces to the corner so your hand can get it and crunch it up. Alright. Now I'm also going to spray this down with some Lysol. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut what I like to do, honestly, well, you're gonna be dumping your whole bag in, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump about half of this grain bag into here. All right, should be good. All right. So now you want your hands to be nice and clean, right? Again, you can use alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, 70%, doesn't matter. So now I've got my substrate and grain inside of my liner, which is inside of my tray. I'm gonna go in here by hand and start to mix it up. Nice and gently, we're in no rush. We want a nice, even mix. And we're just gonna keep on mixing, flipping the bottoms onto the top, flipping the corners, getting into the sides. All right. All right. Now, once your grain and your substrate has a nice even mixture, go ahead and get it nice and even. And I like to pack mine down while keeping it nice, keeping the surface nice and flat. All right, there we go, nice and compact. Now obviously there's a bunch of exposed grain on here. That's why we saved some of this substrate. And we're gonna add this as a faux casing layer. So we're just gonna spread a nice thin layer of substrate on top. Helps a lot with moisture retention. And then I'm gonna pack this down as well. And no more visible grain, which is good. All right. And there you have it. Perfectly pressed. Now at this point, I'm gonna take my gloves off and put the lid onto the seeding dome. Careful, because your gloves have substrate all over them. So your lid or your dome comes with these, come in and out for air filtration. Once we get this dome onto the tray like so, we're gonna make sure that these are in the closed position. Now, when you receive yours, They will have tape on them, microspore tape, which can be lifted up so that you can maneuver the dial. But for colonization purposes, we want them closed. When we're ready to start fruiting, once it's fully colonized, maybe even some pins are coming in, we'll lift up that tape, we'll open up the vents, and we'll reapply the tape. Simple as that. The tape is breathable. Now, I'm going to take this and put it in my colonization room, which stays at 78 degrees Fahrenheit, which is prime temperature for colonization. Now, some people don't have the ability to have a designated room that's temperature controlled, totally understandable. As long as you're keeping this above 74 degrees, 74 and above, it will colonize. Speeds may vary, but it will colonize. Light doesn't really affect colonization much. I know a lot of people think it does, but that is not the case. So wherever you put this, just make sure it's somewhere warm, somewhere with not a lot of air movement, somewhere with not a lot of dirtiness, somewhere, cleanly. And within about 7 days or so, it'll be completely colonized. And you will obviously be able to watch it colonize through the dome. Once it's fully colonized, you'll just lift this up, like I said, open up the vents, put the tape back down, which will help filter the air, and you're good to go. Now, once it's fully colonized and you do open up your vents, you're not going to want to keep it, if you were keeping it at 78 degrees, you're going to want to bring that down a notch. So you might want to put this somewhere where it's going to maintain room temp, is fine, 73, 74, 75. Those are fine numbers for fruiting conditions. And over the next week or so, you'll watch this thing just fill up with mushrooms. And you, after the harvest, give it a good spritz of water, really heavy spritz of water. You can even do a dunk, which is where you actually take the whole cake and submerge it in water for 12 to 24 hours and then put it back into the tub. Both methods will get you a great second flush, and then you can keep going if you want to try for a third or fourth or however many times you want to go for it. And it's as simple as that, honestly. The mask, the gloves, everything that you're seeing me use, you will be able to find in your kit as well once you receive it, or if you've already received it. And yeah, that's it. And if you have any questions along the way, any troubleshooting, things like that, always can reach out to me. If you do buy one of our kits, you will be put into a group on Telegram specifically for Rabbi Mush Cultivator Kits. And that way you can talk to other people who have these as well, and you guys can share information, share pictures. I want to create some fun around this, but I truly believe that as a grow kit, this is the closest thing to a big mono tub, that this is going to get you familiarized with the process of how to fill a tub, what to watch for, timelines, temperatures, troubleshooting. This is a great starter place, because once you do this and you have success, which I truly believe most people will, it'll give you the confidence to move on to bigger projects. So thank you so much for watching. I had a great time doing this. I hope you enjoy the kit. I hope you get a killer flush, multiple flushes, and yeah, stay mush love, stay gnarly.